Again, as that high ankle sprain is not healed. Romo comes out with a little toss over to Murray, who sidesteps the first hit, and Murray's taken off past the 30 and has a quick 15.
Wonderful years and games he had.
On 2nd and 3, it's back to Murray. And Murray has the first down. Huge chunk down to the Buffalo 46. Another 13 for Murray. Murray again. Murray has the first down the sideline. 1:09 to go, first half. It's Murray, and Murray is in for the touchdown.
Physical.
As Murray still on his feet, and he shifts around to the other side. Got a good blocker up ahead. And Murray able to race out to the 40 with 15 seconds to go. Make it 4. And that is Murray running over Drayton Florence. It's Murray. And he's going outside, and he's got room. Florence tries to get the angle on him, and Murray goes out of bounds.
Here's Murray left side. And DeMarco cuts upfield and has a nice run on first down, gets another. A carry of 15 yards, and we go to Joel Klatt with a game break.
Remind yourself that each time at the end of the season they have been playing for the division title.
There's Murray with a nice run out across the 30. The clock continues to wind. Only one timeout left for Dallas. Street is in there. And they start this drive with a run. DeMarco Murray's had a nice day. Still going out across the 25. Brought down by McDonald after a carry of 15 yards. Romo for Murray. Gets around Wilhoit and crosses the 35. On 2nd and 20, a gain of 13. That's Dez. Murray is going to score. Touchdown. That's good news for Dallas. First down at their own 20. Murray gets it right back. And DeMarco, a ton of room. And out across the 40. A carry of 22 yards for DeMarco Murray. Murray off to a great start. Rushed for 118 against the 49ers last week. He gets 18 right here.
Yeah, they're able to get the edge because Michael Grimm here today. He just got to protect the football.
Hand off to Murray again. Down inside the 5 near the 2. They're going to mark him at the 3 to set up 1st and goal, and it's DeMarco Murray in the ground game. Murray. He has got it for the touchdown. On 2nd effort.
Someone who's an outstanding player in this league.
Here's a toss to Murray running left, and the Cowboys pick up another first down. And they've been able to do it at will on the ground. As Murray is closing in on a 100-yard day, he's got 12 more.
Well, we came in expecting the Cowboys to run the football.
This offense has got to go and say, listen, we got to go and pass the ball downfield to help the running game.
And here is Murray, his best run of the day. DeMarco Murray picks up a first down, and you're right, Goose. His 2 best games have come against St. Louis. From the 49 on first down, it is Murray. And he picks up another first down and more. Spinning down to the Rams, 31. So back-to-back carries, 14 and now 21 yards for Murray. He's out now on 1st and goal. This is Murray with Clutch leading the way, and he's in for a Cowboys touchdown. Bryant in motion. It's a toss to Murray. And Murray stays on his feet. First down and more. Down the sideline. Finally tripped up inside the Rams 30.
Cowboys throwing it a little more, I think, even than what they thought tonight.
And throwing it brilliantly. 9 of 9 is Romo. Now he hands the ball off to Murray. And another big gain here. First down to the Saints' 41-yard line goes DeMarco Murray. He stepped out at the 15-yard line. So they spot it there after a 24-yard gain. They run the delay. And there goes Murray in for the touchdown.
Three #1 picks.
And moving right through the middle of that line and getting a lot more. There's Murray. And Murray almost broke it all the way. Gets tackled from behind at the 45 by Corey White. Longest run of his career, 21 yards. He'd gone for 17 on a couple of other occasions. 21 yards for Tony. And there goes Murray inside the 10, juking and faking and scoring.
Witten, the motion man. Running play, Murray. DeMarco Murray. Cutting it to the outside. Murray is hit inside the 15. It's a 17-yard gain. Trying to make sure Murray knows the play. Rush coming. Almost steps up. A little dart to Murray. Murray makes a beeline to the perimeter. And he's out of bounds across the 40-yard line. That's 16 yards.
Murray on the screen. Boy, he got dangerously close for Seahawk fans for that first down. Coming up, it appears 3 yards short. Only 18 rushing yards in this second half, but a big one by Murray. Inside the 20 and down to the 20-yard line for DeMarco Murray. Second down, back to Murray. Cuts it to the inside, and Murray to the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas.
The Giants and Matthias Kiwanuka hope to take advantage of.
Murray into the secondary. Breaking tackles, still on his feet to the 42. That reception puts him #2 in yards. He's just gone by Shannon Sharp. Behind only Tony Gonzalez. DeMarco Murray. A first down to the 22-yard line. Been in and out of the lineup, but he will not start on his first down. And DeMarco Murray up to the 28-yard line. Murray waiting for the signal. And a touchdown for DeMarco Murray. So Dez doesn't get it, but his buddy gets it. So a new set of downs under 3:30 to go. The Giants don't spend a timeout. Murray cuts it back the other way to the 46-yard line.
Blitz. Here's Murray picking his way. What a run. Down outside the 15 and a first down for Dallas as we approach the 2-minute warning.
45 miles. On first down, Romo hands it off to the NFL's leading rusher, DeMarco Murray. Murray all the way out to the 43-yard line. Finally forced out of bounds by Jonathan Cyprien. 3 wide receivers set. First and 10 from the 43-yard line as Romo sets up the screen. It's Murray again. And he has another first down to the Jacksonville 40. Here's Murray on first down. And Murray inside the Jaguars 40 to the 37. Has another Cowboys first down, a gain of 12. Second down and 4 from the 39. It's Murray again. Murray has a first down and more across midfield. DeMarco Murray to the Jaguars 40 as he gains 21.
Second down and 5 from the 40-yard line. Murray picks up the first down with some tough running. Thrust into the Giant bench by on throw roll. 2nd and 7. Toss. Murray, a ton of room, and out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Des Bryant threw a nice block.
Half yard away, the Cowboys down by 14. Not anymore. Touchdown, DeMarco Murray.
The run game and a good cut by Murray.
2nd and 4. And open is Murray. And McClellan pushes him out of bounds. 1st down for the Cowboys. There was a strategy.
Now they have 3 tight ends.
4th and goal to Murray to the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys.
Run first, throw second. Worked very well.
Look at that effort by Murray. Murray inside the 30s, past 100 for the night.
Big lead by the Cowboys. They're running it well.
It's Murray into the secondary and taken off inside the 20 and finally tripped up at about the 8 by Brock Vereen.
Well, call it a fit. Yeah, that's a good way. Yeah, fit.
1st and 10 and cutting through an opening again. It's Murray down to the 15, right behind Zach Martin.
2nd and goal. Watches the fullback. Murray has it. And Murray, after initial contact, able to thrust forward and get into the end zone for a Cowboys touchdown. Feed Murray again. And this time Murray takes off. Murray inside the 25-yard line to the 23. So he finally is able to break one. Draw to Murray, who takes the ball into the end zone. And so the Dallas Cowboys, who blew a 21-point lead, now take the lead again. And Tony Romo will give the ball to Murray, and Murray with a big hole this time, all the way down to the 28-yard line.
And get the handle here, and Murray is across for the touchdown.
Offensive lineman here on a 3rd and 1. Murray, left side, 1st down and more. That's the record. DeMarco Murray all the way down inside the 25. 2nd and 6. Murray still alive, still going. Touchdown, Dallas.
They've come out with a thud so far. Here's Murray. Finally gets one. He's got a 1st down, and he drives forward across the 30. Here's a toss to Murray running right, cuts upfield. DeMarco Murray has got another 1st down across the 45. Murray cuts upfield. Touchdown. Cowboys back in it. Got 2 quarterbacks limping around now. Murray is going to get it right side with Klutz blocking for him, and DeMarco Murray down the sideline. Sets up 1st and goal. May be like 1967 all over again. 1st and goal from the 1. Here is Murray for the touchdown. And the Dallas Cowboys have added to that lead with the extra point to come to make it an 8-point game. They're going to start on the ground, and they do so with Murray. Murray out across the 40, out across the 45. Here's Murray running right, got the edge, and Murray's in for an Eagles touchdown.
That's that sweet play, and it's a nice run by Murray, but not many teams have a center like Kelsey who can pull around the horn.
Play 13 of the drive is Bradford. Murray, touchdown.
Pass protection. Sam Bradford. moving in the pocket, keeps the ball in a throwing position. And
Sam Bradford did by not unloading it and at least avoiding the lost yardage. A loss of 5 on the play. Screen set up for Murray. Looking for a spark, and DeMarco Murray's got a first down. 1st and 10. Here's Murray with some room. Hurdles a tackler. What a catch and run by Murray as he went over Brandon Carr.
Set the Dallas team record for rushes last year and gets the handoff here. And look at that cut by Murray. DeMarco Murray. Not only fast but big. He showed it there and gets himself into Washington territory.
Instead, taking what's there, trying to turn into a home run.
Puts it back to the inside. A first down and more for DeMarco Murray. We'll see where they spot it, but his best run of the day is second best run of the year down at the 39-yard line. Well, there are some wild games going on around the NFL. We're going to check in with Mike Kill in a moment as DeMarco Murray finds the end zone. It's been a good day for DeMarco Murray.
great finish.
And Murray finishes with a touchdown.
Got to keep feeding him the rock. Good work by the Eagle offense.
Gruden's telling us how good our defense is. It's a good night here in South Philly. DeMarco Murray's got a bunch of double-digit carries, sliding down to stay in bounds as we got to the 2-minute warning anyway.
Here's Murray in the game as the back, 4th and goal, and Murray will bull his way in there for a touchdown. Bradford, good clean pocket, and then a perfect throw to Murray down the sideline. And so Hitchens is there, threw it over him and makes the tackle from behind. And scooting and picking up the first down is Murray. So Murray now coming home and trying to haunt the Cowboys in his return.
Next 6 straight losses. It's DeMarco Murray on 1st and 10. Looking for a block from Lane Johnson, and he got it.
It's the things you take for granted.
2nd and 10. Murray, screen, Barber a block. Rashad Jones holding on for dear life and brings him down in the secondary after a catch and run to the 38 and a pickup of 12 and a first down.
Meanwhile, DeMarco Murray coming back into the game, and Murray off to the right side, breaks a tackle, and Murray will get a first down as he crosses the 35. So another first down and a good block by the center, Jason Kelsey. Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8 on the 22. And here is Murray up the middle. DeMarco Murray. And Murray gets out to the 37-yard line, getting 17 yards before Bradley McDougal, the free safety.
Trying to stick with a run. Here's Murray. And DeMarco Murray's got his best of the game into Detroit territory.
In terms of trying to milk it too much and shutting your own self down.
Well, when you have Tom Brady on the other sideline, you want to eat up as much of the clock as possible.
First big run of the day for DeMarco Murray. That is a gain of 17.
But not much at all.
First carry for DeMarco Murray up the middle, first down and more. Being chased by Brandon Merriweather, and Murray will take it all the way 54 yards for a Philadelphia touchdown.
DeMarco Murray running more to his style from his Dallas Cowboy days of 2 years ago, has another first down. Chad Greenway on the tackle and another 12-yard pickup.
Looks like the Vikings will bring some type of pressure here.
And there is the fade pass, and it is caught by DeMarco Murray. Griffin downfield makes the tackle, and Murray makes the catch. Great touch that time. 2nd and goal. Play action. And they flip it to Murray. Murray leaps, touchdown! Eli Manning, the Iron Man for the Giants. 2nd and goal. Mariota's pass is caught for the touchdown to DeMarco Murray, his 2nd touchdown grab of the game.
It's DeMarco. Murray has a hole. DeMarco Murray off to the races. Murray at the 50. Murray down the sideline. Chasing behind and pushed down by Darius Slay. But DeMarco Murray busts out a big 67-yard run for Tennessee. Titans start this drive at the 17-yard line with 7:04 to go. And they started on the ground with DeMarco Murray running right. Murray following his blocks and shoved out of bounds at the 27-yard line.
Some impact playmaking and discipline into this defense.
Murray trying the left side this time, has a hole and has a Tennessee first down into Oakland territory, all the way up to the 42-yard line. A gain of 17 for DeMarco Murray.
Trailing by double digits in the second half of the football game.
Supernaw in motion. Murray this time the other way, and he has a hole. DeMarco Murray cuts it back at the 30, spins his way across the 40 and close to midfield before Malcolm Smith finally brings him down after a pickup of 36 yards. DeMarco Murray reversing field at the 5, dives! Touchdown, Tennessee! First rushing touchdown of the season for the Titans, and it goes to DeMarco Murray.
There's no doubt Ken Norton Jr. is running that defense every week.
They did respot the football inside the 10-yard line to the 8, and DeMarco Murray, with that carry, has just gone over 100 yards rushing. 2nd and 1, back to Murray. He's got the first down, and Murray to the 25-yard line. 6:35 to go in the fourth.
Because obviously Murray likes when Mariota's under the center, and Mariota likes when he's in the shotgun. He said, but both have to adjust, and Murray gets across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Reception for Matthews, 60 yards. Derrick Henry is in the game. The handoff goes to Murray. Murray trying to get to the outside. Henry trying to give him some room, and he gets inside the 5-yard line. Down, the Texans fell just shy of the first down marker. Here's Mariota down by 7. DeMarco Murray. And Murray cuts back and has room inside Texans territory. It's a gain of 10.
Job on first down. They get 8 on their first down today. And there is DeMarco Murray with another Tennessee first down of 28 yards. 1st and 10. DeMarco Murray, left side's got a big hole. Cuts back at the 25. And Murray has another Tennessee first down. Andre Branch with the tackle.
That's what happened.
They marked it a half yard shy of a first down. And Murray spins away, has got the first down this time, lowers his shoulder on Rashad Jones, and a 13-yard run for DeMarco Murray. 9th play of the drive, 9th run of the drive. DeMarco Murray at the 10, inside the 10, down to the 5. Rashad Jones makes the tackle. It's 1st and goal for Tennessee. CBS. Tennessee returns to offense, 1st and 10. Give it to DeMarco Murray, and Murray escaping tackles inside the 40 and brought down close to the chain. Not stop the clock the rest of the way. No timeouts remaining. DeMarco Murray running left. Murray slips a tackle, and DeMarco Murray has a first down.
It's 1st down and 10 for the Titans from the Tennessee 49. Here's Murray. And Murray spins away from one tackler, and look at Mariota out there trying to block. Outside of the offensive line, Dennis Kelly, number 71. The handoff to Murray, left side into the end zone, bouncing in for a touchdown.
And Fowler. This is 3rd and 1 from inside the 40. And Murray has plenty as they'll move the chains again.
If they'll run it, it's usually of the read option variety.
A little 3rd and 1 play to start the second quarter. Pitched by Mariota. This is Murray. Plenty of open real estate. Getting downhill inside Colts territory. Forced out finally by the safety, Mike Adams. Mariota has missed on his last 5 throws. A handoff out of the shotgun. Murray working hard for some yards. That's close to the 45, about a half yard short. What happens here on the 11th play of the drive? 2nd and goal. Give to Murray. Boy, he looked like he had him, and the football comes loose. And now they signal touchdown, Tennessee.
The open receiver.
4th catch of the day for Walker. On second and short, the give to Murray. Dances way through the Indy defense. Brought down at the 45. It's a pickup of 11.
The slot position a lot too. He was a high draft pick. They need his help.
3rd and 2. Going outside, picking up the first down. It's Murray able to do the high wire act all the way to the 36 of Jacksonville. Here's a first down handoff to Murray. He breaks free. Look at Mariota trying to lead him to the end zone. And he dives for the pylon. He's got it. Tonight, longest of the season for Walker. And now from the 20, they hand it back off to Murray, and he's taken off. Murray hands it down to the 7. All right, Jay, well done. Steve Hoffman, you saw him, the new special teams coach in Tennessee. 2nd and 5, Gallup, and there goes Murray. Look at him with the stiff arm, almost taking off the helmet of Smith.
Went to see Nick Saban in Miami. That was his first choice. He chose the Saints, and the rest is history. 2nd and 10. This is the running back, DeMarco Murray, the 7th leading rusher. Jones the snap. They come around the side. It's off to Murray. He's trying to get off to the races, and a good open field tackle made by the rookie free agent out of Penn State, Trevor Williams, in the secondary. 6 in the secondary, DeMarco Murray. Nice block there from Schwenke, taking the place of Spain. Look at him corkscrew for the first down to the 10. Johnston go at the 1. Johnston Fowler, the block, the fullback out of Alabama. There goes Murray, bouncing outside and walking in for the 1-yard touchdown run for Tennessee.
From the 25-yard line. And DeMarco Murray breaks free across midfield. One man to beat. Inside the 20. And he will take it all the way 75 yards on the first play from scrimmage for the Tennessee Titans. All right, thanks, Mike. Dennis Kelly in at left tackle for Taylor Lewan as DeMarco Murray found a hole and takes it out to the 27-yard line. And DeMarco Murray now with 88 yards in the first quarter has surpassed Ezekiel Elliott. He is now the NFL's leading rusher. Murray looking to throw. End zone. Walker. Diving catch for a Tennessee Titans touchdown. Titans are perfect 3 for 3 on 3rd down today. As Mariota throws, make it 4 for 4. DeMarco Murray doing it all in the first half. 2nd down and 12. Murray. DeMarco Murray to the Titans' 42-yard line, setting up 3rd down and 3 as Murray gains 9.
12th play of the drive that began at their own 32. Mariota employs the set, going end zone, caught for the Tennessee touchdown. It's DeMarco Murray.
Talking must-win territory.
All time. Tennessee will actually face the Texans at home in the regular season finale. Underneath pass, this is Murray. Breaking tackles inside the Bears' 30. Harry Douglas in motion. 1st and 10. Run play. Murray. Cutback maneuverability. So good with inside the 40. Very close to another Tennessee. Washington, the former 6th-round pick out of Georgia. 3rd and 25. Titans just trying to pick up some kind of positive yardage. Murray ducks inside the 15, close to the 13-yard line.
On the NFL Today on CBS. 1st and 10. Mariota on a give. Murray. Downhill run. 11 yards on the acceleration. And it's December of 2011. They were 7-5 that year. They lost to New Orleans and never quite recovered. Handoff. Murray. Huge hole for Murray. First play of the 2nd quarter. Motion man Fasano. Murray in the backfield to get the call. Finds the crease, and Murray barrels across the 10-yard line.
Mariota sets up the screen. Near side, Murray. Murray with running room and bumped out of bounds as he crosses the 45-yard line. And this is Murray, and Murray with room. Murray inside. the Kansas City 45. They'll mark him down at the 45. 3rd and 1. Murray breaking through to the 25, just inside the 25, and it'll be another first down for Tennessee. Murray joins Mariota in the backfield, and Mariota going to shovel it to Murray. Murray across the 20 and out to about the 24-yard line. That's a first down. Mariota lofting it for Murray. He's got it inside the 5. Or excuse me, Delaney Walker.
Rashard Matthews, the motion man. They hand it off to Murray again. He's got the first down and more. DeMarco Murray out to midfield. A gain of 11.
Be okay. 2nd and 6 from the Oakland 36. And that's Murray. Got a hole. Wiggles to the outside. And is tackled down by Joseph at the 15 and a pickup of 21.
They'll run it. Murray tries to get to the corner. Does DeMarco Murray still inbounds? DeMarco Murray breaks free inside the 20. Touchdown!
But in the 7th round in 2005, Castle got a phone call from Bill Belichick saying we're going to bring it to New England. And as Matt Castle told us last night, he thought it was a prank phone call as DeMarco Murray is moving the ball inside the 15-yard line for a gain of 13 in his 2nd season in Tennessee. DeMarco Murray. He's got a blocker in front. Murray gets out of bounds and he picks up the first down.
You know, they have all those football adages.
Tennessee poised to take the lead. DeMarco Murray to the end zone. Touchdown Titans.
But he does enough to get the first down.
7th play of the drive. This is Murray. Has a wide open seam. Inside Cleveland territory. First down run and more. It's incredible. And the 2nd such infraction against Myles Garrett. This is Murray breaking tackles. Boy, how gritty has he been today. That'll be a first down run for Murray.
The Tennessee Titans with a bone bruise in his right ankle. 1st and 10 out of the backfield. This is DeMarco Murray. Room to roam inside the 20-yard line.
Goal at the 7. Delaney Walker back in the game. And here is Mariota. And the pass is caught by Murray. And Murray is in. Touchdown. He got the ball over the plane.
Pro Bowl each of the last 2 seasons. With the Steeler 28, Mariota looking left and throwing. It's complete to DeMarco Murray. Made a man miss at the 25. Murray inside the 20. We'll see where the mark is.
DeMarco Murray comes over. Mariota on the move. Throws the other way and wide open. But can he get the first down? Yes, DeMarco Murray. Up near the 45 on a creative play and well executed by the Titans. By Mariota. Had quite an impact, but here they go back to the ground, and the veteran DeMarco Murray, who's got a first down and wisely stays inbounds.
Zone 22. Murray has first down yardage and more across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Right.
3rd and 7 now as Mariota sets up the little screen to the near side. DeMarco Murray with running room. Leaping over people on the ground and inside the 35 to the 33 and a first down. Joseph making the tackle. On 2nd and 8. Murray outside. First down yardage and more. Close to the 35. Marcus Gilchrist making the stop.
Quick snap. They need a yard. Hesitating is Murray. And touchdown Tennessee. DeMarco Murray.
Well, that answers that question.
That's how they run out of that formation.